There isn't one hard conversation, there are about five, and most managers have one that gets them in particular. As I list them, one is going to make your stomach tighten a bit. That's the one to pay attention to. Here are the 5 moments that catch nearly every manager out. Number 1, the pushback in front of the team. You make a call, someone challenges it in the meeting, in front of everyone. Now, it's not just a disagreement, it's an audience. 2, the person who tries hard but keeps missing the mark. This one's hard precisely because they are trying. If they were lazy, it would be easy, but they're not. So every word feels like it might crush them. Number 3, the person who goes quiet or tears up. The moment their eyes go glassy, most managers will agree almost anything to make it stop. Number 4, the flat refusal. That's not my job. 4 words could stop you cold because you don't know whether to pull rank or back off. And 5, the conversation that you've avoided for so long now that it feels almost too late to start. Every week you don't have it, the wall gets higher. Now, one of those landed harder than the others, most likely. Hold on to it, because that's your moment. And by the end of this, you'll know what to do in that moment, or you'll certainly have a better idea what you can do. Here's something worth knowing. Which one of those 5 moments gets you isn't random. It usually connects to something in your own history. The manager who can't handle tears maybe grew up in a house where tears meant real trouble. The one who freezes at pushback in front of others was once humiliated in front of a room. You don't need to excavate all of that today. You just need to notice the pattern, because the moment you see that your reaction is partly about you, it loosens its grip. Let me walk you through 2 of these all the way through so you leave with something real. Let's talk about the team member who tries hard and keeps missing. A manager I worked with had someone like this. Keen, she was first in every morning, and the work kept coming back to him not quite right. He'd been softening the feedback so much that she had no real idea what the problem was. So we went through the steps with him. I asked him, "What do you see?" Well, he said, "She's putting in hours, she's eager, she deflates the moment there's any feedback needed." I asked him, "What do you hear?" Well, there were lots of, "Yes, no problem, I'll fix it." And then the same issue again. "So what's she feeling?" Well, almost certainly anxious, probably worried that trying hard isn't enough and that she's about to be found out. Now, once he could see the anxiety, the words were easy because they were true. He said, "I can see how much effort you're putting in, and sometimes you get quite fearful, don't you?" Then pause, I said. Let it sink in with her that you've seen her fear without judging or criticizing. When you notice a slight change in the way she is, then you can go to the next step. Say something like, "I want to help you get the results to match your effort. Can we look at one thing together?" Now, notice what that does. It names the effort and the feeling that she has, fear, which then lowers the fear before it actually touches the problem that you're trying to solve. The fear was the thing stopping her from hearing the feedback. Take the fear down first, and there's a better chance that she can hear it. How to deal with tears in a team member. This is the one that makes managers panic because it feels like you've hurt someone and everything in you wants to fix it fast. So you back down or you rush to reassure, and the real conversation never really happens. Here's the shift. Tears aren't an emergency. They're information. They tell you that this matters to the person more than they can say. So instead of scrambling, you slow right down. What do you see? Well, you see their eyes filling, their shoulders dropping. What do you hear? Well, silence usually. And so what are they feeling? Well, they're probably feeling overwhelmed, exposed, maybe embarrassed to be crying at work on top of everything else. And you say, gently, "Take your time, there's no rush here." And then stop talking. You don't fill the silence, you let them have it. That one sentence, "take your time," does more than any reassurance because it tells them that the feeling is allowed and they don't have to swallow it to keep talking to you. And in the end, saying, take your time, will save you an awful lot of time. Well, that's 2 of the 5 ways that managers can get caught up in difficult conversations. The person who tries hard and the person who tears up. The same method underneath both. What do you see? What do you hear? Work out what they're feeling and name it first. And only then will you be able to really deal with the issue. The other 3, including the pushback in front of the team, the flat refusal, and the conversation that you've put off too long, are what the next webinar is for. It's a free live webinar, 50 minutes, and I'll walk you through all 5 of the actual words for each. If one of those 3 moments is your moment, that's the one to come for. Now, in the meantime, this is how I think about solving these problems. This week, notice which one of those 5 is yours and try the method on it. What do you see? What do you hear? What do they feel? And name it. And then keep an eye out, because in the upcoming webinar, I'll show you the rest.